Hello everybody, welcome back. Here is Donald Trump's Tasa. I've done so many of these. These are so easy for me to do. I mean, I grew up with this guy in New York. Not that I knew him like that, but I grew up listening about him and on the news every day almost. And so it's a very easy connection for me to do, and also it's easy for me to read. I like to do readings on presidents and people in power because it gives me a glimpse of the surroundings. But not everybody can portray that. Like if the person is too self-involved, like Trump is very self-involved, things will come up that will be affecting his area if it affects him. So with that said, I just wanted to go over a few things. So here I have a little bit of a list, and this is just a few because I have not been able to make things that have come to pass. So I've been getting a lot of requests for me to do readings on the things happening here in the US, not just international. I understand, but I think a lot of the people requesting that don't always catch my videos. I don't know if you're missing a bunch of videos in between. I've noticed that. Like, people are missing videos in between. They think I don't post. Someone said, you haven't posted in over 2 years. So I'm like, what? I don't know what you mean. I did take some time off when my brother passed away. One of my older brothers passed away in a car accident in 2020, and I took some time off in 2020 for that. But after that, I've been consistent on my channel, so I think you guys are missing some videos. Some of the things that I have predicted that will be happening in the US, the floodings. This is when it was all forest fires and we were going through droughts. And I told you there's going to be floodings all over the United States of America. I told you there will be problems with flooding everywhere and problems with the water, the actual water. I don't know if it was mud or something on the East Coast and on some of the mid part of the US, but more towards the east. I've also predicted the mass shootings. I predicted the one upstate in the supermarket. I told you there's going to be some sort of, it scared me because I said it's going to be some sort of problem with black and brown people on the East Coast. Probably some sort of attack or terrorist or something. I didn't know what it was exactly. I predicted the Texas kid shooting. This is a long time ago. The tornadoes in Alabama, Tennessee, Louisiana, Texas, predicted all that. The floodings in California, and everybody was telling me, well, that's not going to happen. California is going through a drought. I said, it's going to be so much water that people are going to have to be rescued. Still to come, I told you there's going to be earthquakes on the East Coast. Just the other day, I found out that there was a 4.3, I think, earthquake in Pennsylvania. Okay? And I also saw an issue with a lab. There's going to be some sort of emergency with a lab. I told you about taking precautions when the animals, don't put them in crates. Don't put your animals in crates. If something happens, they can't get out. I told you keep water, keep food, all that. Keep just precautions. And many, many more predictions. So if you think I'm not, predicting for the United States, I think you may have missed several videos. Try to look up Tasa readings and tarot readings of people here, Americans. Because for the Tasa, I need a sentient being. So that's why I pick a person. I cannot make a Tasa on New York City. I cannot make a Tasa on what will happen with the election. I have to pick a person running in the election to be able to look at it. This is how the Tasas function. You need a sentient being. A person, an animal, a plant, or someone dead, even dead people. I don't like to do dead people because I've been warned not to do them, and it's incredible. I just don't. That's another topic for another day, for another video. So, with that said, if you're missing some of my predictions for the United States, please scroll down my videos. Scroll down, because I have a lot of things that have come to pass that I have not been able to make videos of. I'm working on that actually now. There's just so many of my predictions that have come true. So many that I don't even know where to start. So I have a playlist, things that have come to pass. Go there, you'll see. And a lot of the international things affect us today. So a lot of what Putin was going to be doing in Ukraine and Europe is affecting us now. I also predicted that. The crisis that we were going to have here because of this little guy over there in Russia messing everybody up. So that's how it works. That's how it works. So if you are concerned about the economy here, I've probably already did those readings. I did a Steve Mnuchin, you'll see it. I saw him working with the Chinese. I didn't know COVID was coming. I thought it was some sort of war or something, and people lying dead everywhere. And people dying everywhere. You remember that? I thought it was maybe civil war or something. I didn't say COVID, but I said many people dying in the US, in China, everywhere. A bunch of dead people. So all these predictions I've already done. I have to keep going. I just can't do readings on things that have already happened and do readings on them. No. I don't want to do that. I want to predict what will happen. Not something came out on the news and then I read it. Not the floods that everybody knows about the floods. Now I'm doing reading on floods. No, I predicted the floods 2 years ago. 2 and 1 year ago. So I just wanted to just let you know how the tasas work and how I feel kind of desperate because I want to keep going. I want to keep going to the new things that are coming our way so that we can take precaution. So that's all. I'm just really focused on trying to get us in line and with protecting ourselves and our families and our animals, and things are not as bad as everyone thinks they are, or that they seem right now. Things have been worse, and we're going to be okay. Things are going to get a lot better. Especially for us here in the US, things are going to get a lot better. So with that, let me go on now into Donald Trump's tasa. First thing that comes up for Donald Trump is his bodyguards, Secret Service, I guess. You can see they have earpieces. This one's like a lady, a tall lady with light hair. She's wearing an earpiece. She's very tall, actually. And here's Donald, and he's giving orders to this other guy, another Secret Service person. They come out as military, like there's some involved with soldiering, guarding, policing, fighting. That's what I mean by military. So one military lady, another military guy, Trumpo in the middle, and Trumpo whispers to him, I guess this is a guy, the guy that he likes is taller than him and younger and handsome. And he likes to be with this guy. And he's probably part of the Secret Service of his security team. And then the lady, the blonde lady, those are his two favorites. Here he is. It's probably the court building in NY. 1, 2. Here he's leaving. Here is probably a lawyer or something. Papers and money in the air. And I think Donald Trump is going to be fined. He's going to be fined some money. I don't know what the heck he's going to do during this whole Alvin Bragg situation. But in court, they're probably going to fine him a few bucks. Not a lot, but they're going to fine him for something. Can you guys believe that? That's crazy. Okay. So then here is more bodyguards, more military. Here's the lady. That lady here is the same lady over here. This guy here is the same guy over here. And they're going to another building. This is probably Georgia or something. They're going somewhere else. They're leaving New York and they're going somewhere else. Another state with more papers, more problems. Them guarding Donald Trump. Here's another building waiting for them wherever they go. Here's another building with more papers. So not only does he have New York, this is maybe Georgia and another place. Oh, maybe Florida. 1, 2, 3 different places he's going to have to go to with all this legal issues, with all these legal issues and all these problems. So 1, 2, 3. And after the third one, Donald Trump is going to have some sort of conniption fit. They're going to have to put him in a stretcher and take him to hospital. They're going to take him to hospital, you guys. He's going to either fake that he's ill or he's really going to get ill and they're going to take him to hospital. You know, this whole Stormy Daniel thing that he's going down for and tax evasion and all that, that's all well and good. But I remember growing up, I wanted Trump to go to prison for beating up Ivana. He beat the crap out of her and he destroyed her apartment, and all that's under seal is concealed. They can't open that up. And he has been known to fly around with a cocaine trafficker. And for stealing from workers, Polish workers. Almost human trafficking, slavery. Not paying them what he owed them. He took advantage of them. Some sort of human trafficking with these poor Polish workers over there in New York. They were construction workers. And he had them living in subpar conditions. So the fact that he's going down for this, in a way, okay, whatever, I'll take whatever. But I wanted him to go down for human trafficking, for taking advantage of poor Polish immigrants, for increasing the rent on Black and Hispanics, and trying to get him out of his building by saying the rent was 3-4 times more than it was, so that they couldn't afford moving in, for beating up his ex-wife, pulling her hair out, messing up her entire apartment, for going around with covering up for a cocaine trafficking guy. That's what he should have gone down for, at least. But whatever the case, he is here in New York. He's going to get fined. Maybe they'll put a gag order on him, because they're talking about gag ordering him, and he won't be able to. And then he's going to have to pay a fine. And then after that, the Secret Service over here taking him to another state, to another area, another building, where he's going to have to face more legal issues. And then after that state, to another place in another area to face more legal issues. And this one's further away than this one. And it's going to be so much for him that he's either going to fake that he's ill or he really is going to get ill. But whatever the case, he's over here in hospital, stretched out in a stretcher. They're going to put him in a stretcher to take him to the hospital. Like in Spanish, en parijuela, lo van a sacar en parijuela, se lo van a llevar, parijuela. They're going to take him out on a stretcher. And when he's over there at the hospital, here are more cops. This one seems sad. Here's a tall, white person with light hair. I don't even know if this is a man or a woman. Maybe Eric? And he has like some papers and documents here. Nah, that might be Eric. Yeah, that's Eric. When Donald's in the hospital, it's like he's the only one. And then these cops have their heads down with the Secret Service. So I guess he's going to take a turn for the worse there. Hi, hold on. Break. Okay. Where's my little lavender wand? Okay, so then there's going to be something going on with the family, telephone calls back and forth. And here is a person in another country or state, far away. Okay, so you see these two women? This is Melania here. This is another woman. They're like in one state or one country here. And then you see that this is another state or another country. Here is this kid, a young person. It looks small because it's far away, but it's a very tall kid. That's barren to me. Again, Baron is going to leave the family. He'll be moving away. And this woman wants to be, confronts him like, why? And he's angry. He is so angry. He's almost like screaming. I can't take this, or I don't want to do this, or I'm leaving. And he's somewhere else. And this person wants to be strict with him. The mom, though, she's distressed. She has her head down. And her body language is more of distress, like, I don't know what to do. This one is more confident. Oh, you got to be tough with him. Being tough with him is not going to work. Because I think he put up with a lot. He feels like he put up with a lot. And his patience, everything is done. So being strict is not going to work. He feels everything's unfair, unjust, and he's leaving. And here's Melania. Then Melania goes. I had to look this up because I couldn't figure. I was like, is she Russian Orthodox? Because, she's from Slovenia. Or is she Catholic? Here Melania is with like either a veil on her head or something wrapped around her head, or her hair up in a bun inside some sort of lace thing. And she goes into this church and meets with this priest, some sort of confession, and she asks the priest for advice, and she's going to go hiding. She doesn't want anybody to know, but I think we might hear about that in the news. She'll be found out that she's going to meet with this priest. It may not be the first time. So she goes to this church. You see this virgin here? So I thought she was Catholic. This is a Virgin Mary, one of the virgins here. And here's this priest. He's wearing like a dress, a man wearing a dress. That's a priest. And he's bowing like he's praying. And here is this church. It's not in the same area where she lives. She has to travel to go to this church. Either another state or another country. And she does give a donation of some sort. 1, 2. Donation. But she goes and she goes to look for spiritual guidance with a priest with all these problems with Donald Trump. And here she is turning her back on Donald, his Secret Service, and all his problems. She's done. She's done with him. Then the taza breaks off. Here's Eric. Calls back and forth between the family about everything that's going on. And here it breaks to another place. Here's the kid, Baron. Here's her with another lady. Maybe her mom or sister, I don't know. And then she decides to make some sort of pilgrimage. And she goes to meet with this priest. She's looking for some sort of spiritual guidance. And we're going to hear about that in the news. She goes to this beautiful church in another area, not in Florida, not in the same area where she resides, somewhere else, either another state or another country. And she's wearing something on her head, either to disguise herself or maybe one of those black lace veils. But she's wearing her hair up in a bun again. How she comes up in all the tazas. Whenever she has Trump problems, she puts her hair up. And here's that church, and here's that virgin at the bottom. You see it? La Virgen. The Virgin Mary there. Hold on, I'm not done, but I gotta let Cooper in. I had so many things to say, and I've forgotten. What I had to say. What I wanted to say to you guys. But anyway, let me just finish the taza over here. So, at the bottom, bunch of water again. Listen. If you live by anywhere Donald Trump will be going to, take your umbrellas out. Because it's like the water's going to follow him. The water will follow him everywhere he goes. But I think his Mar-a-Lago is going to get flooded, you guys. That's the second time I see that. I think Mar-a-Lago is going to get flooded. More floods in Florida. I'm not happy about that because it affects everybody. And I don't want to see destruction of anything. But Mar-a-Lago's gonna get flooded, and just water everywhere he goes. So more water for the U.S., you guys. Yep, and that's my reading on Donald Trump so far. So, oh, sorry. So I see heads down, heads down, heads down. I don't see him going to the White House. Okay. So I guess that's good, right? I don't know what the heck is going to happen, but I do see him ill or pretending he's ill. I think he really is ill here. He's ill, but he's going to. Oh, maybe that's what I'm getting. Like he's ill, he's going to get sick, but he's going to blow it out of proportion and try to maybe raise funds that he's ill or take advantage of it somehow. That might be it. So yeah, another prediction for the US. Wherever Donald Trump goes, tons of water and plenty of water down in Florida. But you don't have to be a fortune teller to know that. But you do have to be a good one to predict what I said about the shooter up on the East Coast that was going to be dressed as a woman. It's either a woman or a man dressed as a woman. And you saw what happened in the suburb of Chicago. I think it was a few days before, like a day or two before it happened. I said it's either a lady or a man dressed as a lady. Again, I just point that out because a lot of people are asking me to do readings on the US. I mean, I predicted so many things. And again, what shocks me is, like, people want me to do readings on things that come out on the news. Can you read this happened in the news? Can you read on that? I'm sorry, but I don't want to read on what is on the news. I want to predict what will be on the news. I don't want to read about the floods on the news after the floods happen. I want you to go back a year or two earlier and see that I predicted the floods. I don't want to read about the shooter when it happens on the news. I want to warn you so that you can take precautions if you live in that region. Take precautions and you see that I predicted it before it happened. That is what I want my channel to be, to go to. So I think that's why my channel doesn't grow, because a lot of people, it's about how you make them feel. And I don't make anybody feel very good with these readings. But for those that are wise and that understand and use it as a precautionary tale, right? Like you use it to take precaution and to be aware and to not let it distress you when it comes out on the news, that you were already prepared. That is my aim. That's where I'm going. That's where I want my channel to go. You know, there's plenty of people that read you know, how it's so feeling, how with everything this came out. I don't want to do that because I feel like I can read on what will be happening next. So I just wanted to just get that out there because I want my channel to go that route. I don't want my channel to be a channel about if something comes out on the news, can you read about it? I don't want that. I don't want that anymore. I don't want to be in that area. I just want to predict what will happen. And, you know, I opened up my channel to educate you on the taza. I don't want to have to go to someone else's channel to educate you on the taza. The tazas prove themselves, and the best education on the taza is me reading on it and then it happening and then you seeing it happen. So I think I'm going to stick to that. That's how it's going to be. Whether my channel flunks, plunges, gets destroyed, or shoots up, I don't know what will happen. But it's what I'm going to be doing. I cannot pretend to be someone I'm not. I cannot do what other people are doing. I just want to do what I want to do on my channel with the taza readings. It's completely different. You have to kind of concentrate, and it's hard to do lives when you're reading these tazas. But this is where I'm going. This is going to be the direction of my channel. Predicting things that will be happening on the news before they happen. but not reading very much on what will be happening on the news, what is going on the news, unless it's to further extend what the next step is. Like a lot of readers, they read on what's on the news to extend what the next step is. That's fine. I'll probably do that. But I don't want to do just readings on things that are going on now. Do a reading on that. No. I have this cup. I can tell you what will be happening next. So I'm going to take full advantage of it. And that's going to be where I will allocate my time and my efforts and my energy, because I don't have much of any of those. I'm struggling with willpower. I'm struggling with energy, and I'm struggling with time. So might as well make it count, right? So thank you. Thank you for understanding, and thank you for being here. Thank you again for putting up with me. I know it's a little different. Just reading the test is different in itself. And I know reading about things that you don't see happening, it's a little strange, and you just gotta wait. But how gratifying is it when you do see it on the news and you knew it before? I'm not just reading, I'm not just reacting, I'm being preemptive. So that's what this is my aim with the taza in my tarot readings. Thank you again so much. Cooper, Shakira, and me send you big hugs and kisses, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.